3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today I'm going to review the Innova SD35 OBD2 Scanner. This is an all-system scanner, and for $130, it's not going to break the bank. What was interesting is it didn't list bi-directional capabilities anywhere, but yet I was able to find some during testing, so I thought that was quite interesting. Now, one of the things I really did like was the connector, because if you're in a dark spot, this right here will light up for you and definitely help you out, but you have to use the batteries in order for that to happen. It takes 3 AA batteries, and I did do a test when I was testing it in the vehicle, and the scanner will work with or without the batteries. It doesn't matter. The only thing is you need the batteries in it, obviously, if you want to power it up when it is not plugged into the vehicle. So you can see the top row here is not lit up, so let's plug it into the vehicle and get that top row there to light up and see exactly what this little scanner can do. So now that we have it plugged in, we're going to turn the vehicle on. We're not going to start the engine. We're just going to leave ignition on, and we're going to see exactly how it performs. Now, one of the things I should mention is the app. I'm going to skip this step because when I'm demoing the scanner a little bit later, I'm going to show you some screenshots of the app, and that's one of the things I do really like, but I'll save that for later. So now, jump right into it. You can see here's our OBD menu. We do have 9 things we can do. I'll just scroll through. So you can see the OBD2 menu does have quite a bit. It even had this one right here, in use vehicle performance tracking, but I don't know how much use it would actually be to me, but I just did find it interesting. What's more relevant and what would be more useful for diagnosis is live data. So it does have a ton of live data, and there's no issues with pulling up any live data. And I did find the speed to be relatively quick, which is nice, so there wasn't a huge delay. I'm gonna start the engine, zoom in here, and you should be able to see the RPM. There you go, 1648. So there was very little lag for the data to come in, so I like that. Next up, we have the graphing, which is really good. And if you want, you can actually merge or do multi-graphs. You just have to pick different things that you would like to graph. So here, I'll just pick a few here, and you can see there I have 2 graphs there. And if you wanted to combine and merge into one graph, so in other words, overlay, we can do that as well. So here you can see I have engine coolant temperature and my ignition time in advance for the number 1 cylinder. That can definitely help you for diagnosing. I found the OEM diagnostics and workshop tools to be quite useful. So right now we're in the OEM diagnostics. So let's do a full system scan and see exactly what this Innova SD35 can come up with. It's going to read all of the modules. Now what I want to do here is I'm just going to speed up the video a little bit so I have it on 8 times. Now the scanner's not slow, but at the same time, just to keep pushing this video along, I figured 8 times, but I'll definitely tell you when I speed up the video. So now you can see it did find some faults with the air conditioner. So we're gonna wanna read the faults and see exactly what they are. And here, if I'm reading them, and this is real time, I didn't speed this up, you can see I got a solar sensor circuit problem on the passenger side. So something mostly likely to do with the sun. That's what I would say. And if we go here, B1424, that is the driver's side, and then our history is normal. So I can try to erase them, but the problem is if they're current codes, they're just gonna come back right away, and yeah, they're current, so they're gonna come back. So let's go into the body computer and see what type of live data we can get. So again, I'm at 8 times speed here, I'm just speeding it up a little bit, and there you can see exactly what it's reading from the body control module. Now I'm panning down fast here, you can see with the scanner, so there's just the blank lines, and once I stop and let go, you're going to see all of the data populate. And there you go, you can see it just populated. So like I said, relatively quick, so I do like that. So for OEM diagnostics, this is the menu that you do get. I'll just slowly click the button and pan through the full menu so you can see everything that's available in the OEM diagnostics. There is 33 things that are available, so quite a bit. Once again, for $129, I think the scanner does a lot. But what's very interesting is the workshop tools. So now that we're in the workshop tools, you can see exactly what it'll do for workshop tools. So we can even do a battery alternator test right here. We have to ensure we are within the parameters for the test, so we have to be over 2000 RPM. It's gonna test it for 10 seconds. I did speed up the video a little bit there. Now it's gonna do its calculations, and it's gonna let us know if our alternator is okay, and our alternator is okay. So that is great. Now I wanna check out my TPMS, or tire pressure monitor system. So I'm gonna go into the OEM diagnosis. I'm going to find TPMS, or tire pressure monitor. I'm gonna read DTCs, and and I should have a few. That's showing 1 of 4 transmitter ID not received. And the reason for that, let me go outside and show you my wheels. I'm just gonna walk around the car right here, and you can see these are my winter tires because I do live in Canada, so there is no TPMS sensors in there, so of course we are going to have codes. And the 4 codes is normal because you know what? We have 4 tires, so we'd have 1 for every tire. The one thing about this scanner is there's multiple ways to accomplish the same thing. For example, here it says vehicle inspection, and then what I can do is a pre-scan report. It's gonna go through everything again. I can highlight the DTCs, which is diagnostic trouble codes. They're gonna come up as in a different way. You could see tire pressure monitor, we have 4, of course that's 1 for every tire, and then our air conditioner, we had 3 that I showed you before. Now, if we wanted to know exactly what the code is, all we have to do is drop the menu down and then it'll list the actual code numbers, and then we can dig further into them. So there's just more than one way to get things done on this scanner, and I did find it very, very easy to use. Now in the workshop tools, you have up to 14 things to pick from. Like for example, here's electronic parking brake. You can see I'm scanning through all of them, but not everyone will work on every single car. Because for example, the Lexus that I'm in right now does not have an electronic parking brake. So obviously that is not going to work. The Lexus oil maintenance reset has to be done via buttons on the dash, and it tells you exactly how. Now, one of the things I did like is it does have a DTC library. Not that it's really necessary because everything is pretty much available online these days, so you can find everything online. But it is a quick guide, and the nice thing is it is at your fingertips if for some reason you don't have access to the internet at that time. Now for TPMS Relearn, tried to do it, but because I don't have any sensors, so it's not gonna work. Now if we go into OEM diagnostics, here's where I found some special tests. Here is where I found a little bit of bi-directional capability, and that was very, very interesting. I went into active tests right here, and there was a lot of stuff. Now, full disclosure, many things didn't work because once again, I think it's just generalized for some cars, but not all cars. But some things did work. For example, I tried to control the fuel cylinder cutout for one of the fuel injectors. So here it tells you what you got to do for the test, and listen to this. Hopefully you're able to hear the misfire because number 1 injector is not firing. Now we'll smooth it out. And we're back to all cylinders firing now. The scanner constantly updates the app, and that's what it's doing right now. So let's take a look at the app and see what it looks like. So here you go. I'm going to enter the mileage in this vehicle. And yes, I love this Lexus because I've been able to put on a lot of miles and they have been trouble-free or relatively trouble-free. So now we're generating a report. Let's see what it looks like. And we will be able to access it anytime we go on our phone. So I'm going to zoom in for you right here. You can see there is everything. There is no diagnostic trouble codes for the engine. I know there was for the TPMS and for the air conditioner, but not for the engine. And now it's going to update. It's going to pull everything from the scanner. You have a history there of other cars that you have scanned. And you can see, yeah, there's our other modules, 7 codes found. Like we said, there was the air conditioner right there. And then also the tire pressure monitors, which there's 4 because obviously I have 4 wheels on my car and I don't have sensors in those wheels. So we're going to get codes for that. We can flip over to where we don't have codes just to show you very briefly. There's all of the other modules and there's nothing in there. So I just like how it's very easily accessible. And then if we flip over to codes found, obviously, those are the codes that we looked at earlier. So that is it for the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I am GarageKing and I hope to see you again soon.